Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something sick.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
I've been in Triggerland. This has been the Triggerland. This has been a very exhausting holiday. It hasn't really been a holiday. It has been a very exhausting period. I've been very, 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 very. And, don't be so sorry, because I'm also able to see it I'm seeing, I think, very much thanks to the work that we have been doing, but of course building on, prior work, but very much thanks to the work we have been doing, I can kind of name what the trigger is screaming.
Okay.
And the trigger is screaming, don't take it away from me again. I think it's where we left off last time.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So that was that trigger is screaming in various varieties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when that voice comes up, then I'm guessing other protectors come up to try to handle it and extinguish or put out the flame there. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Sometimes they are better at it than others, and better at it than other times. And so, I want to be able to be more. Okay, now I'm using adult in the way that I want to be more an adult or more mature when those triggers come up, and not kind of succumb to them, because what happened. I can't redo my life, So it's but of course I need to honor them, but I don't need. I hope I won't always have to succumb to them, if you understand what I mean.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you when you say not redoing your life, you mean that whatever experience you might have had as a child or any time before that's going to be with you forever. And
yes,
but you'd like to be able to manage or lead the way that those protectors show up around that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and, and see them for what they are and not let them take over the steering wheel,
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think IFS is for you. I mean, I just mean that.
I think so too.
And I don't know. I don't know that it can help you with that, but the way that you've described what's going on sounds exactly like, kind of how this works. And we have identified that exile, that part that says, don't take it away from me again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're on the right track.
I think we are. And I don't want to analyze too much, but I've been thinking some about, the various exiles that we have worked with. That they are, this one, I think you asked me last time, how old do you think she is? And I think I just said, I think she's really young.
Yes.
I couldn't even put a year on it. It was really young. And I think the first time we met, you worked with something that I believe I identified to be a 6-year-old around that. And the second time we worked with a very young teen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But the way it seems to me is that they are so related. It's this really young one that is so much part of these whatever age I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. And yes, exiles can also be protectors. So it's very common to have, let's say an exile that feels like it's very, very young, and then a 6-year-old that has certain strategies to deal with that, and then a teenager that has certain strategies to deal with that. And it's all connected. And and also those, that 6-year-old can also be an exile. So
yeah. Because and I don't need to go into details right now, but my childhood was a continuous. It wasn't when you have a car crash or you are in a war that you have, and I'm not saying that to belittle anything or compare, but it's not one traumatic incident. It was kind of everything. Yeah. There was no risk. It was just, the environment was trauma, to put it that way.
Yeah.
So it's so that, that and because of that, it makes sense that they show up at different ages, but they are all sisters. They're all related.
Right. Okay. Well, we can go to them, or we can go to these protectors. We'll get to all of them eventually. We'll hopefully get to this one that's saying, "Don't take it away from me again." And if you'd like, we could, talk about where we left off last time, and maybe use that as a way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe start there. Yeah.
How about a minute of meditation?
Yes.
Great. I'll set a timer. Okay. So would you like me to share what I recall, or do you want to just start wherever you'd like to start?
Why don't you start? It's fine.
Okay. Last time we talked, we were talking about going to an exile, this very young one.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that it was concerned about an agenda part. A protector that it didn't want to just go along with, just to get through it. And it wanted to the exile wanted to have its, proper allotted time and space needed to share with you. And it was concerned that this agenda part would hurry things along. And so I think that we ended up kind of sitting with the agenda part and getting to know it more.
Yeah. So in relation to me, the exile is afraid that I have an agenda.
Right.
Yes. In relation to the bigger world, it's also afraid that everybody else has an agenda.
Right.
But it's even more than that. It's afraid that the unknown other, who I know who was when I was little, but of course it was mainly my mother, but that was going to come and just take everything away and leave me completely empty. Like I have this image of a plucked chicken. You're no feathers left. It's a gross image, but that's nothing left. There's no, that she would take it all. So.
Right. And
it will,
so in your goal of working with that exile, we were focusing on the agenda and making sure
my agenda,
that part was feeling like it would allow you to go to the part directly, and making sure that the exile, also could verify that yes, we've worked with this agenda part and it's giving us space. So that's where I would suggest turning is to the part that has an agenda and just seeing if there's where it is now. How does it still feel like it needs to work so hard?
No, I think I can truthfully say that I don't see an agenda right now. Maybe there is some diffuse agenda there, but I see much more curiosity. I want to see who you are.
Yes.
I just want to see you.
Right. Great. Okay. You had mentioned being very triggered. Are there do you want to name some of those other protectors or other, extreme emotions that might have come up, or any other part that feels like it's not okay with you working with this exile?
Don't know if the triggers say that. Triggers are more, let's see, how can I put that?
Well, we had talked about how the triggers they're trying to keep the pain or the voice of the exile kind of away or from affecting you too much.
Yeah, the triggers. So, so the person who has triggered me, of course, is the person that I have lived with this Christmas. And and she triggers me enormously. And I'm not blaming her, but she triggers me.
Right. So
the message that comes is that okay, it's very stark when that comes. The message that comes is, she's ruining my life. I'm not, she's taking away what I want. Yes. There's no space for me.
Right. Right. And then you have kind of a reactive protector that comes up, anger or.
Yeah.
Right.
So
those are the ones are the ones I'm suggesting that you check.
Yes. Okay.
Like,
so
how does that anger feel about you working with this exile now?
I think that anger would welcome that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's all I'm asking, is just to look out for any parts like that.
Because that anger is. I don't know if this is just thoughts or if it's how it feels, but it's tired.
Right.
It's tired of spending so much energy being angry. It feels like it's being angry with not getting anywhere, if you understand what I mean.
Yes.
It's not that anger that makes you feel powerful. It's right. Which anger sometimes can, and that's good anger. At least it feels good.
So
no, I think that anger. Yeah.
You said you're feeling curious towards the exile.
Yes, I am.
All right. See if you can locate that voice that's saying, "Don't take it all away from me again." Where do you notice it?
It's in my lower abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
Far in. It's, I don't want to be cliche, but it's almost like it is. Can I use the word life force or my survival that's sitting there and saying this?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very existential.
Yeah. And that's very common. It's how I feel about my young exiles in my lower abdomen as well.
Yeah. It's life and death, right?
Right. Right. Yeah. And are you okay with some of those feelings coming up and working with it?
Yeah.
Because it might want to express some of that to you.
Yeah. Yes, I am prepared. Am I prepared? I'm ready. I'm ready to hear whatever, because I don't. It's not like this is totally new to me. That it's kind of of course, these are probably feelings that I felt.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. So see if you can let that part know that you're curious.
Yeah.
That you're ready to hear what it has to share with you. That you've asked these other parts to step back, or you've gotten space from them. And just see how it reacts to you trying to establish that connection and inviting it.
Okay, so it's saying to me, yes, I believe you can take anything that is sore or sad, but I'm not sure if you can take my determination or my kind of, it feels, it's this, because it feels like it has what it wants to show me. It's not something gentle.
Right.
It doesn't want to show me something gentle and sweet right now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It wants to show me something fierce. Not evil, but fierce.
Right. And are you feeling up for that? And I'll remind you that you don't have to share any of that with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can just let it know that you're up for that now. And you might want to check in.
I am up for it. But yeah. Okay. So put this one. Okay. So let's go back and ask that question. Am I up for it?
Yeah.
I feel. Okay. So I feel. There is some fear there.
Yes.
But I feel there is no way around it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk to that fear, because we don't want to push past any of these protectors. What does that fear want you to know?
Fear. So there is more here. So okay. So the fear is saying, okay, fear is afraid. Yeah, the fear is afraid that what's going to come out is not in a line. It's not aligned with my ideals. My ideals about being kind and empathetic and non-judgmental.
Okay.
And take it and consider it. It's the fear seems to have a sneak peek
Sure, yeah.
into what it thinks at least is there, because it's maybe it isn't something fierce, but I've been holding on this for a million years.
Right. Yeah, and for good reason. I'm sure there's these parts that have good intentions, right?
Okay, so let me just backtrack for a second, and this, I can't say always, but I think always, as long as I've been working on myself, I have been afraid of my power. That if my so-called power came out,
right, might not be able to control it, right?
I might not be able to control it, and it might be destructive, right?
Absolutely. Does that all make sense to you?
Yes, it does make sense to me.
So you can just let the fearful part know that you see that and it makes sense to you.
Yes, it does make sense to me.
It. You appreciate what this part is intending.
So when I yes, okay. So that does make sense to me, and I do appreciate that, that to raise that flag and that fear is valid.
Yeah.
But I don't. There is this part of me that's like, but I have to find. Okay, so here is probably where I have to maybe do some more work with the fear, or maybe there are other parts, because there is this. I feel, if I see the whole woods, not just the trees closest to me, it's something in me that say I have to find a way to see what it is. Otherwise, I will continue to be stuck. But there seems that I can't go right there because of this. Oh, okay. So how am I going to do it then? So okay, so I recognize the fear, and it does make sense.
Right.
Right. And then my rational brain is coming in and saying, but of course it feels really big and fierce because it has been it has had so little space. So it's very compact.
Sure.
But if I give it more space, it may not be that fierce, if it gets some room to play or room to just be.
Right.
So
I have some other just kind of points that this fearful part might want to hear. And I think the big one is that it's not a black and white thing, that you can get to know this exile and learn about it at any pace that feels right and safe for you and for any other parts. And so, it's normal for protected parts to be concerned that exiles will jump out and overwhelm us. And if you're in self-energy, and if you have the consent from these protectors, then you can go at a pace that is right for you. And you can even negotiate with the exile and ask it not to.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. I thought it is. Yes. And I think we are back to, I think you've said it in each session, but at least I remember it from the first session. And that was that getting to know it doesn't mean letting it out.
Right. Right.
Okay, I got a little distracted because my daughter just came home, but I could hear her in the kitchen. She knows I'm with you. She doesn't know I'm with you. She knows I'm in therapy right now. So hopefully she'll leave me alone. I think she will. I trust that. Okay, so
that getting to know it doesn't mean letting it take you over.
Okay, I think I'm back. So, okay, I think I can find back to the curiosity.
Right.
So what is exile? she wants to share with me. And you said I don't have to share with you, but it's nothing kind of detailed is coming up. So it's not like at this point, I have to keep it to myself.
If it's fierce and if it's, those very valid concerns about it not being in alignment with, who you project on the outside or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Again, it's not important that I hear.
Well,
the details.
I'm not self-conscious in that way. That's so that's, she is that exile is she wants space. She wants to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to feel safe. She wants to feel safe that she probably didn't know the word respect, but that she will be
Can you make that space for her?
Yeah.
Can you see her?
I can't see a person, but I can see some space.
Yes. Can you ask her if she feels any safer with that space that you've provided?
I think she's breathing a little bit deeply. Still looking around the space and snatch what you have.
Yeah. You can let her know that you've seen how other parts have been hard on her.
I'm not going to take anything away from
her. Right. And if any other parts feel like they want to, you'll be able to. Do you feel like you'll be able to intercept?
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I want. Yes, I feel like I want to protect her. I feel like I want to protect her space.
Right. Yeah, you protect her and all those other protectors don't have to. Is she aware of you there?
She is. I don't think she thinks I'm a watertight protector. There are holes in whatever protection system there is.
Yeah. Okay. You can just let her know that you appreciate that, her looking for that, and see if she's right. All right? Look out for that. And you might do that again by just checking in with any of those other parts that may have been hard on her or pushed her away.
Very sensitive to being judged. I'm not judging her. But I think she's looking particularly at the anger, that the anger will judge her.
Mm-hmm. How would you like to respond?
I would like to talk to the anger and ask the anger to
just give you some space to be with this part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just give me some space. She's not going to. We're just getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Holding very tight to what she has. I don't know what she has, but she's holding on to it very tightly.
Did the anger respond?
Yeah, I think the anger said, okay. I'll keep in the background for now.
Yeah. You could ask
she
her.
Really, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I think she really wants to. She wants to feel safe, that she can just show up as she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just show up without any fear. That's what she really wants.
And that's what you want.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Just show up as she is, and as no matter what it is. And there's no content there yet. She's just saying, I want to show up as princess so-and-so or gangster so-and-so. She's just saying, I want to show up as I am. I want to be able to just be able to relax.
Yeah.
Feel safe.
Maybe you can ask her to show you some of the things that she's holding on to that keep her from feeling that way. And just, ask her to tell you about her experience and the difficulty and how it's been hard for her. Not feeling like she had that space or that freedom or safety.
Well, she's showing me a lot of things that she would, that she's showing me a lot of things that she's holding in. And by holding all of that in, so much.
Yeah. And how's that been for her? What's that been like? Tell her you really want to understand.
Always living in the shadow, being almost invisible, but not totally, because then she would disappear. Really, really tied on to all those bonds. Being so controlled and measured. Painful.
And does she feel like she can show you some of that pain?
Yeah.
Let you witness that?
She feels safer with me showing her pain.
Yeah.
Or her desperation, or her kind of just wanting to just scream and break the world.
Mm-hmm. Some of that fierceness.
Some of that fierceness, because okay, so she feels that I can take that, because that's kind of almost familiar territory.
Mm-hmm.
To have those feelings, not acting out, but have the feelings. What it's harder for her to show, well, what she can only show me as headlines. She can't really go into it. Is some of the things she wanted that have been suppressed.
Yes.
I mean, so the structure of the suppression of what that does, kind of what that wildness that comes out of feeling so suppressed, that she can show me. But what she has suppressed.
Yeah.
That is harder for her to show me.
Yeah. And she doesn't have to show you anything she doesn't want to. You could ask what it's been like, how hard that's been for her to feel like she couldn't show those things and those parts of herself. And if it's made her believe anything about herself.
Okay. So no, I don't. There are various reasons why she doesn't feel safe to show me what it is.
Mm-hmm.
The substance of it, and some of it has to do with I will take it. And other is if she uttered a word, it's like, as long as you have a secret, you can hope that you will get it. But if she utter it, she will realize that she will never get it. So as long as she doesn't really utter it, she can still hope. There's at least one more part, and that is a protector. That's saying, what if you don't deserve it?
Yeah. Okay. And how are you addressing that protector?
That's a hard one. Okay. So that protector is very pervasive.
Mm-hmm.
Pervasive. Because it's that protector is not only speaking to her, it's also speaking to me. It's speaking to everybody in me that wants something.
Right. Yeah.
So the trick is, am I able to distinguish? Am I able to stand up for her or it and say, you deserve it? There's not, or deserving has nothing to do with it. Or say you deserve everything, right?
Yes. And
can I believe it? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
If we were leading with curiosity with this part and only hearing what she had to say without making any promises or telling her what she deserves, would that help alleviate the concerns of this protector about who deserves what?
If the protector can still say, you don't deserve or you may not deserve, but you just leave that neutral and just say, okay, that's your opinion and just go on. Is that what you mean?
Maybe. I'm saying that if your goal is to understand this exile and learn about her, then yes, the concept of what she deserves or doesn't deserve doesn't need to enter in just your curiosity with this part.
That's right, because that's a judgment.
Right.
That's right. No, it doesn't. Wow. if that fear of not deserving is keeping her from revealing, what then?
Then that's fine. She doesn't have to reveal anything. She wanted space and she wanted to be seen. And how she uses that space is her choice. And if you are committed to continuing to get to know her over the rest of your lives together, then she has all the time in the world to share whatever she wants.
Because see, that's my agenda came in again.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, little one. I did have an agenda. I wanted you to deserve. That was my agenda.
It's one of the reasons why, I think starting with asking her about her pain, her burdens, her beliefs about herself, those things are a way of witnessing what she's carrying without opening that door yet of what can I do for you? What can I give you? That's kind of maybe the other side of the coin. And maybe you get to that, but of just witnessing what it's been like for her, what's been hard for her.
Yes, okay. So I can see that what has been hard is that she has felt she has to suppress what she wants. And some of these wants feel very strong.
Right.
And that's probably because they've been so suppressed.
Has that caused her to believe anything about herself? That yes, that she has to hold this stuff in. Has that led her to believe anything about herself?
Yes. It has made her believe that she doesn't deserve. It has made her believe that she's selfish for wanting.
Right.
And selfish in a bad way.
Right.
That she's trampling on other people by wanting.
Right. And you see how hard that's been for her.
Yeah.
And how long she's felt that way. Does she feel like you get it? Does she feel like you see that?
Yes, she does. I think she does.
So she's trusting you more now?
Yeah, she's trusting me to see this. Yes, she's trusting me more.
Yeah.
She's trusting me to How, ooh, yeah, she's trusting me to see that she believes that she is
not deserving,
not non-deserving, not wanted,
yeah,
selfish,
yes,
ugly, untouchable.
yeah.
Yeah, she's trusting me to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just let her know she can show you all of that.
Yeah.
And that you're okay with seeing all of that.
And I just want to tell her that this is really not a shocking revelation for me. Because even if I haven't thought about, even if I haven't felt it or thought about it in this way, I have since I was very little had this image of a black kettle inside myself filled with slime and dead rats and ill smelling whatever that I had to keep a lid on.
Yeah.
Because if that came out, I would be doomed.
Yeah.
So I've kept a lid on it.
Yeah. And you can see how hard it's been for her.
Because she's only been sitting with all those beliefs.
Yeah, that's right.
And but then she's telling me, but she can't stop herself. She has to want.
Yeah.
There is this yeah, there is this hungry voice, hunger inside her saying, I want. And then, so even if, okay.
She can show you all of that without judgment.
Yeah.
Yes.
But even, so in addition to the pain, the control, she has
the suppressed hunger.
Yes, but even so it's like okay, she was doomed to be okay, so she has felt that she was doomed to be selfish and worthy and all the other stuff because she couldn't stop wanting. So it was either in order to become acceptable and lovable, she had to stop wanting, but she couldn't. But
ask her if she feels like you understand how hard that was for her.
I don't think I fully understand that. I have fully understood that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm understanding it more.
Yeah. It's really important to witness the emotion around it. You're getting a lot of detail. She's telling you a lot, and I mean that's all great. But I do feel like there's maybe a part or something that's, it's connecting the dots, and it's seeing more of the story. But the goal of the witnessing is not just to see the story, but to let her feel safe showing you what it was like, what the pain was like, and really understanding her experience. And that can take a long time. There's no hurry. But yeah, just try to keep going back to that, of letting her know that you do want to know what it was like for her.
Yes, I do. And I can feel that pain. I can understand that pain. It's hard to physically feel all that pain.
Mm-hmm.
But
let her be the judge. So a minute ago, we asked her if she felt like you get it, and it sounded like maybe not entirely. And so that just means that to spend more time witnessing and being in this space with her where she can show you what it was like.
Yeah.
It's a way of building trust and letting her know that you're okay with the way she is.
Yeah, I think it's that utter desperation, and I can feel it. The utter desperation. I think I can feel it. That the only way to the curse stop want. She couldn't.
Right.
There was no way out. So she tranquilized herself. Because even she couldn't feel it. Too much. Well, I tranquilized her because I couldn't feel it.
Parts. She was exiled.
She was exiled.
Mm-hmm.
And various I suddenly saw almost like an echo from a deep, deep well.
Mm-hmm.
You hear this echo. There is somebody at the bottom of that well.
Right.
Too far down to touch. Oh, how awful for her.
Right.
And that is the current trigger.
Mm-hmm.
That I have to stop wanting for me in order for her to have peace in the present.
Yes.
That's how it feels like. I'm not saying, this is all feeling.
Right.
And then I can't stop wanting.
Who can?
Who can, yeah. At least she's alive.
That's right.
Yeah, she didn't die.
These other parts put her in this place, and you survived, and now you are in a place, and you are in a place with these protector parts that you're able to contact her. You're able to see what she has to show you, see how hard it was for her, and that's essential to helping her out and helping these other parts relax. I'll suggest that we don't try to go through that whole process now in the interest of time. And because so much of what she's been saying is, give me space, let me do it at my pace. And it's just the last thing I want to do is rush past any of that.
Well, yeah, let's just leave her. Not leave her, but maybe leave with saying yes.
Yeah. Ask her how it's been for her to be able to share in this way with you, and maybe ask if there's anything different that she would like for you to do, or some other way to kind of make it easier in the future for you to get to this place with her.
She's saying that it has been painful, but she feels she can trust me more. That I understand more. She's not saying I understand everything. She's saying I understand more. And that I've seen more. I kind of gotten some insight. And she thanks me for I was wanted to thank her, but she does thank me for listening.
Yeah. So it's been painful for her. Is there anything that she would like for you to do differently when you revisit to make it less painful? Is there something about the space or something about other parts?
Well, I think she wants me to not try to fix it.
Right.
She wants me to let her have space and, like you said, and be there to witness, but not to fix.
Okay. You can let her know from me that I'm taking that note, and I'll make sure that that's at least on my mind when we revisit.
Because that's what she needs.
Right.
Just to be listened to, just to be heard.
Yeah.
space to be heard
and
seen.
How about all those other protectors that we checked in with on the way? Do they have any questions, concerns about the work you're doing?
Before she said what she wanted, they kind of they were more on the fixing side, put it that way.
Right.
But I think after they heard what she wanted, not that they're totally on board, but it's almost like they're saying, oh, well, if that's what you want, we can roll with it, at least for now.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, thank you to your parts. If there's anything that this young exile has, any requests of you, just negotiate that with her. If there's anything she wants from you.
She wants, I think just now she wants to. Well, she really wants to feel safe.
Yeah.
And I think she wants me to, if I can promise her, I cannot make an absolute promise, but I can promise that I'll do my best to keep her space safe.
Me
I
too.
can keep it warm. I can keep it soft.
Yes. You can stay curious.
I can stay curious. I can,
You can respond to the angry part and the agenda part when they come up.
Yeah.
As you did, the fearful part. The part that says you don't deserve it, you're able to respond to all of them. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hope to hear from you again soon, and love to help you continue with this. And if I don't hear from you soon,
I have scheduled
great.
2 more appointments.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Take care.
Have a wonderful night.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube, and they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation, or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.